Welcome to LC Screen Talk. My name is Larry, and this is my review of Nobody's Fool. I was actually looking forward to seeing this film. First of all, I don't really have that deep-rooted hatred toward Tyler Perry that most everyone else seems to. I think he can make a funny film. I think he can make a heartwarming film, even though his skills as a filmmaker aren't quite polished as you would hope they would be. Plus, I have an affinity for the Medea character. Sue me. But also, I thought the trailers actually looked funny and like a pretty fun time. A decent enough concept. Whoopi Goldberg coming back. Tiffany Haddish kind of just unleashing. And it seemed like this had potential to be just a good, fun laugh at the movie theater. Unfortunately, it falls well short of that. Oof. It pains me to say this just wasn't very good. So let's go ahead and start off with the positives. Tika Sumpter is our lead here, and I think that she has the charisma to hold up a good, fun romantic comedy. Of course, she's beautiful, she's just gorgeous, and she has this inherent likability to her. Tiffany Haddish definitely elicits laughs throughout the film. Unfortunately, I think she needed to be reined in just a bit and not quite so cartoon and over the top, but she's able to land the most jokes out of anybody in this film. And in the first half, when she plays a much more prominent role in the film and her comedy is really kind of the star, that's the better half of the film, and she's much better in that portion. Also, Whoopi Goldberg has a very limited role, but she was very funny in her role as well. There are moments of having fun, and I think the first half of this film is decent. You laugh, you're having kind of a fun time. It is a bit over the top, a bit ridiculous, but it's ridiculous and over the top in a positive way, a way that makes you smile. You're just kind of passing the time, but having fun with it. Kind of all the positive I can extract from the film because, I mean, it's a mess if we're being honest. I mentioned the first half being good, but oh my gosh, the second half is awful. I mean, it's terrible. So the trailer you're promised in the title of the film being Nobody's Fool to the trailers of the film is the first half of the movie. And then we go to this melodramatic romance that brings out all of the worst qualities of Tyler Perry's films. Really outdated and antiquated views on male-female relationships and the relationships and love itself. It's all just so outdated and very in line with what Tyler Perry preaches in a lot of his films. And then we just throw out all comedy. We go into these situations that are just highly unrealistic, and it's a slog to get through the second half. Just all this foolish melodrama, and I mean, it's just terrible. And that comes down to Tyler Perry continuing to be a writer and director because the script is terrible. Like, this script, even in the first half, is shaky, but it's exposed when we're supposed to be serious and start taking what we're watching serious. When Tiffany Haddish isn't there to improv over the top and add a little bit spice, the terrible script is exposed. And the film is shot like a TV show. It feels like it should be part of the OWN channel where a lot of Tyler Perry's products are currently, because he just doesn't have that cinematic flair. Again, when you're having fun with it, when you're laughing, that can be forgiven for a good time. But when you're bored and rolling your eyes, it's highly exposed and it just kind of irritates you. So I wish this film had just stayed about the catfishing, because that was what was funny, that's what was promised, that's when we had a new kind of fun girl power type of film that would have really been fun. But instead we're given this really horrible melodrama that feels right in line with the other Tyler Perry films and unfortunately exposed all of his bad filmmaking habits. And then we get into this R rating. So Tyler Perry is really trying to push the edge. This is the second R-rated film in a year that doesn't really push the religious aspect like so many of his earlier work did. But it just comes across so awkward because he's not willing to go that extra mile. And you can tell that pushing into this hard edge is not where he's comfortable. It's not in his comfort zone. And oh, you feel awkward watching it. There are sex scenes in this film that feel ripped from Cinemax or Showtime After Dark, any of that softcore porn. That's how this is shot. And it is so awkward to watch. And then he's just kind of like pushing F-bombs in, pushing curse words into the script. Again, it just feels so inauthentic to Tyler Perry as a brand. When it's off the cuff by Tiffany Haddish, you can tell. And when it's written and penned into that script, you can tell. So that, honestly, that's all I can even really think to say about this film. It was a huge letdown, a huge disappointment. It's a romantic melodrama executed very poorly, masquerading in its marketing as an R-rated raunchy comedy about catfishing. There are a few laughs to be had here, but there are a lot more eye rolls and a whole lot of cringe to go with it. So if you are a Tyler Perry fan, if you like his shows, if you like his more serious films, I say give this a rental. I think it's a perfectly enjoyable time at home because the filmmaking prowess is just not there to see it on the big screen, and there's not enough entertainment value to overshadow that. Otherwise, you can skip this all together. There's nothing new to offer here. It's the same filmmaking from Tyler Perry. So if you're not a fan of his much better works, his actual comedies, you will really hate this experience. So that is my review of Nobody's Fool. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click like down below, and subscribe to the channel so you are always up to date on our latest videos. Also, join in on the discussion. Are you excited to see Nobody's Fool? Or have you already seen it? If you have, what were your thoughts on the film? Let me know either in the comment section down below or hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your support. Mwah! Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!